Lord George will become the emperor and govern the country anew. But Lord George, who is here, he's here, so he's the emperor. You know, that's the succession law here in the land of infants. He's here, so he's emperor. Real finders keepers approach to the throne. I never imagined the Liberation Army would come so quickly. It seems that my worries about Ogle were just my imagination. Oh, is this like all of them? To stand shoulder to shoulder with Lord Georget in the fray, comma. This blade is at the pinnacle of glory!
I'm honored to have you, Bullard, which is my own name.
Bullard! ChatGPT cannot deal with Bullard. It cannot figure it out. It is incapable. Blard, it seems that our next enemy is Rosebear. Do you have any doubt in your heart? As a warrior myself, once I'm on the battlefield, I won't bring personal feelings with me.
I'm a warrior, and once I'm on the battlefield, I won't bring my personal feelings into the world.
I see, as expected of Bloud. Hearing that, whoever Bloud is, hearing that put my mind at ease.
Could you, like, call me the same name at least twice?
Blade for George. No! Blade for Georget. This battle will become a total war.
Blood.
What are you going to do with such a pessimistic attitude? Probably cheat. Probably cheat and win. Everyone is fighting and entrusting their lives to you. If you're a general, then act like one and be sharp! Stop being so flat! Da 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 da. That's right. I have to pull myself together.
Yeah, I have to be strong.
Defend this spot. Or, no, this is... Occupy this spot? It must be defend this spot. But it can't be defend this spot. There is no defend this spot. Protect all the... Yeah, okay, protect... Yeah, okay, defend this spot. Fine. That will be easy. Blard! It's regrettable, but let's withdraw from here for now. The enemy never gets to kill us. Understood. Leave the rear guard to me, if you know what I mean. I won. I won against those guys. Ooh, evil is happening. How goes it? Has everything been going well with the infants? This is gonna be...
This is too little text for me to translate. I'm sorry, but without context or further information, it is difficult to provide an accurate translation for this. The text appears to be in Japanese. It simply says, Sataru, yes.
You have context. The whole thing with ChatGPT is it remembers the entire previous conversation. Why now does it not think it has context? God.
Are you sure there's not something wrong with the are you like reopening a new ChatGPT every time now or something? Because there's been a few times when context seems to have eluded it.
Yeah, it doesn't have context. But I don't know why. It's
that explains why it's been so bad today, though.
I have no clue what's going on. I'm going to have to debug that some other time.
Yeah.
So, yes, it is in fact losing the context. Okay.
Hooray.
Okay, verified. That is what is happening.
And I mean, it was also very suspicious that like names kept changing and just like, yeah.
However, we have yet to discover the vessel. I beg of you, even if both countries are exhausted and powerless, without a weapon, without a vessel. So, what about the ogres? Doop-a-doop-a-doop-da-doop. Time out. The invasion of Rosebear came fast. Oh, did it now?
If you know what I mean.
Now, if you know what I mean. Total tokens is 0. Well, that's even weirder. That's an even weirder thing for it to say.
0 tokens? Even though it shows them?
Well, so that, in this case, this is just what's come back from the server, but it should include the history.
Gotcha. Yeah.
No tokens, no messages.
Empty tokens, empty messages.
Oh my god!
Was there a format change or something?
No.
Is it the Chrome update?
No.
Is it worse?
It's dumb, but it's like something that it's so specific to Node, and like it's just
gotcha.
Like read file sync doesn't exist in the fs/promises module. It only exists in the fs module, and I switched to the fs/promises module because you should be using promises nowadays, but I forgot that in this one place I was using sync instead of using non-sync. Oh my god, I'm a moron. Okay, well, that explains that.
That explains all of today.
That explains pretty much up to and including it being like inconsistent about how it formatted things.
Exactly.
Sometimes it says translation : and sometimes like everything. Okay, let's so it's the only history it's going to have is starting here, of course, because I still lost
turns
all the
out
previous history.
Turns out a big improvement with ChatGPT with context is the context.
I also forgot that
wow, the invasion of Rosebear came fast. The invasion of Rosebear came fast.
That was my fault. So I made it not translate, which means that it didn't remember, it didn't get rid of that history, and it just pasted it in 3 times. Okay, from now...
it was a good line to paste in 3 times.
From now, it'll be consistent. The invasion of Rosebear is fast. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be consistent with having the word translation : there. I might reset it again and see if I can get it to go a different way. It seems that we need to slightly revise our plan. Okay, I'm going to reset the history, see if I can get it to not say translation : There we go. Okay. It's doing all the right things. Any other places needing a quick genocide? Why, yes. Anton! What a thing! The invasion of the infant army is so fast! Here's an idea. Gaslight ChatGPT by making it think it had previously output Google's translation, says Speclad. That would be some pretty lame gaslighting, to be honest. It would just, like, continue on translating.
If it continues like this, our plan will also be in vain.
God, that also includes why it's like, the text appears to be in Japanese.
Yep.
Rudolph, we must stop their invasion at all costs.
I didn't think ChatGPT suddenly got that much worse.
Yeah. Is this the stronghold of the ogre priest army, the Toki Temple? If we can take this place, we can greatly weaken the power of the priest army.
If we drop this place, the power of the priest army will be weakened at once.
Okay, take that place. Got it. Power of cheating. Power of cheating. I can't believe I'll end up dying in a place like this. A revered temple. I can't believe I'll end up dying in a revered temple. How horrible. It's regrettable. My ambition has come to an end. It's not the best way to phrase that, but whatever. With this, the morale of the ogre priest army should decline. Oh, he has a nuclear explosion. Okay, what? What, did we just encounter them randomly on the road? Wait, Rosebear. He's still Blade,
though. It's still Blade, though.
Lord Blade. I mean, better than Brard. I came here in haste due to an urgent matter. I needed to be killed by you.
Urgently.
We're not pursuing them, so please return to Infant immediately. Okay, wait. The logic here... I don't get it. I don't
either.
I'm trying to get it. I don't get it. Lord Blade, what does that mean? I agree.
Yeah, Rosebeard doesn't get it either.
Yeah, at least we're in the same boat. As I suspected, you still haven't heard.
I still can't
Maybe
hear
we weren't
you.
supposed to get it then. Doran.
Doran has rebelled and occupied Subli? Subli?
Subli or Subrai.
Subli?
Sorry, Sabrai.
I remember... It's interesting, that same rebellion happened... But I guess now, for some reason, he thinks that the people who are currently genociding them are going to help? I don't know what your logic here is. What I was afraid of has finally become a reality. What? It seems that his story is true. What? Was there some previous conversation that you didn't tell?
Yeah, Blade's story is true.
I understand, Lord Blade. Let's believe in your words. Prepare the entire army for retreat. Why? Why? Okay. I do not follow what's going on. So it should be that, I mean,
if it follows from the other story, it's basically that he's saying it's not our fault, it's the rebels' fault, so stop attacking us.
Okay, right? Yeah, I don't know why we don't care about dealing with the rebellion, but
well, I mean, I think they're saying we're gonna try to deal with the rebellion, so you need to just go home and leave us alone. I don't know why you trust them, but you do.
Hello. Apparently we still occupy the whole town, though. Even he's holding... Yeah, okay, this is the same thing. Well, guess I'll just go home then. Prepare the entire army for retreat because we won. Bye! This just feels... I don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. Well, my job here is done, but you didn't do anything. I'm gonna go back to the castle, and then they're gonna be like, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, then you'll explain it to the king, to the Lord Word, and then Lord Word will believe you. Because this isn't the kind of game that doesn't happen. So she's the pink lady up there is not an apple. She's Genie from I Dream of Genie, clearly.
Let's take a quick. Oh yeah, she is. Yeah, more so in maybe the sprite than the bigger sprite, but in the bigger sprite, she's a flamenco dancer. So
yes.
You get to die, and you get to die.
And she will soon be a dead genie flamenco dancer.
Feels like a bit of a waste of a genie's powers to become a flamenco dancer, but... You know,
maybe somebody wished for her to become a... What if you wished for a genie to stop being a genie?
You are summarizing the plot to Aladdin.
Aladdin, I guess so. I guess so. Good point.
That was an important plot point.
That was one of the main plot points.
Not so much in the actual original Aladdin.
Right, in the Disney movie, of course.
Yes, in the Disney movie, where there's a lot less, well, this is slavery, so it's okay, and a lot less rape. Many other things, just very different, really, between the two.
And the word genie, which is a plural form.
A lot more gin.
Of gin, yes, exactly.
G-I-N.
Yes.
I found a magic gin!
That's why it's in a lamp. It was being used as lantern
Decanter.
fuel. No.
Or as lantern fuel. I know you. We haven't talked at the beginning of the game. Hey,
Lambert.
kid, I'm a computer. I mean, no, commander. You mean Lambert. Well,
Yes.
while walking through the desert on a horse with no name, I started remembering the first time we met.
We had a sexual time.
I remember it quite vividly.
I like how the Google translates just, I remember.
I remember. Oh, Lambert!
You're making me blush!
You try to use unfamiliar honorific language and your grammar gets all messed up.
Is clearly a Japanese language specific thing.
If ChatGPT had known in advance that it was going to have to translate this, then it would have translated something differently before. It's all right. Just talk as you always do.
Okay, as usual.
Okay, I get it. A bunch of enemies appeared out of nowhere.
Shimata!
Oh no, an ambush. Damn it, an ambush.
I think damn it is actually a better. I think Shimata is usually light cursing.
Ow! 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 And defend. Ow! And defend. There we go. No more ow for me!
That was the limit of your owa-ing.
Garland is really white. Nobody else is as white as Garland is. I think it's supposed to be like monstrous skin color. But
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be actually like
white.
White.
Yeah, white as opposed to white skin. Makes him look a little bit like a doll or puppet. Whew, somehow we survived that ambush. That was a load-bearing ambush.
in an area that can't collapse.
Something seems off about the castle. It seems like something is happening inside. Stop the entire army. Stay on standby until further instructions come. So the dial where you can switch to attack mode or defense mode, the center of the dial, the 0 of the dial, there's a detente there, which is standby. It seems that the commotion has subsided, but everyone is dead.
That is...
Hi. Long time no see, everyone! I remember her voice.
There's the voice.
Rosebear! This might be the first time I've met you outside of the battlefield.
Remember, this is Boy, so he should be really into Rosebear.
Yep.
Or
Princess
Elf.
Erica, why is Lord Georget here?
I'm ashamed to say it, but my father was turned into a monster
by the... Whoa! Whoa, that didn't happen in the other plot. Okay.
Huh.
I'm ashamed to say it, but my father was turned into a monster by the cult of the Dark God. He was manipulated by the Dark Bishop Sataro.
Yeah, this is different. This did not happen in the other plot.
When I found out about that fact, with the cooperation of Seekers and Lord Georget,
I grasped that fact with the cooperation of...
We defeated my father and banished Sataro from the castle.
I killed my father. Good for you. And then Emperor... What?
Lodvike? Lodvike?
And then Emperor Lodvike passed away. It's hard to believe it. It's hard to believe it because it was so sudden, but let us believe the princess's word, and listen to what she has to say.
Maybe she's just a cold-blooded murderer and she's making up this story.
Maybe she just didn't like the fact that her father couldn't decide on his own name.
Fair. Lodvike.
Lodvike!
The cause of this war is the rebels who aim for my father's throne.
Therefore.
And I couldn't control the situation, so I killed my own dad.
The natural next step. No, it's not just because the princess's responsibility. It's I keep doing this, like the word because was here, up. And I moved it up a line. No, it's not just the princess's responsibility. It's all because of the Dark God's cult. Princess, what will happen to Infant from now on? Well, yeah, fair enough, okay.
Lord Georget will become the emperor and govern the country anew.
Great, that seems fine. Hold on, wait a minute. What did you say? Nani?
I don't blame you for being surprised.
No wonder you're surprised.
Uh-oh, this tastes like a translation or a timeout. Timeout, timeout, timeout! But he's here.
But Lord Georget, who is here?
He's here, so he's the emperor. You know, that's the succession law here in the land of infants. Mm-hmm. He's here, so he's emperor. Real finders keepers approach to the throne.
Is the younger sister of Emperor Samson of Orgel and a legitimate child of the deceased emperor.
Dun dun dun! Yep, that's true. That is indeed true.
My older brother, in other words, is the rightful successor.
I had no idea that Lord Georget had such a secret about his birth. Yep, but apparently we don't. Rosebear, not important. It's like I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming of Georget. After I fought with you at the Balduck Castle, okay, Emperor Samson told me about this. I was surprised when I found out for the first time, too. But at that moment, I thought, cool, I get to be emperor.
Aren't you glad you did this voice?
Yes. No, this voice is fine. It's this voice that's troublesome. I can do this voice forever. As someone born in such a rare circumstance, I felt that I should be a bridge between the two countries by taking over this one.
I mean, that's what he did in the other version, yes. In the other universe.
No, in the other one, he took over the other country. He took over Ogre in the Ogre campaign.
Rosebear.
Well, no, but then you went around and killed everybody as boy.
Yes, true.
Rosebear, this is also the late Emperor's will.
I guess takeover wasn't genocide.
Yeah. Genocide, legitimate successor. I understand, Lord Georget. From now on, for Infant's sake, and for the sake of peace between both our countries, we ask for your assistance as the Emperor.
Please do your best.